So, welcome everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. And today we're here. My name is Sabina Babayeva. I'm head of Istanbul Hub. And we have Esengül
Hello.
here together with us, our programs director and Tenity. And today we will explore how Istanbul Hub connects the startups and the enterprises across Europe, MENA region, Turkey, and provide opportunity, create this opportunity for the innovation and expansion. So maybe we can start. Thinking, how about you? How about to start
Yeah.
from your perspective, how Istanbul is, how city startup ecosystem is
Mm-hmm.
evolving, and how what Istanbul means to you from this perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, when we look at Istanbul, everyone can say that it's a beautiful city, of course. I mean, but like for me, Istanbul Hub represents just more than a location. Like it's a dynamic hub that bridges ecosystems and open doors to international partnerships, like in the beginning. So when we look at the Istanbul and Tenity Istanbul Hub, I can say that like through our programs, through our innovation programs such as accelerations, such as boot camps, challenges, and also other community events, I can say that we facilitate strong connections between corporates, startups, mentors, investors. So we create a really good ecosystem here, as Tenty Istanbul Hub. And what I saw from the startups mostly, startups they really need those connections to be in the market, to be seen in the ecosystem, to make partnerships, to get investments, any mentorships to develop their products, to develop their teams. So when we look at the opportunities that we create here, I can say that Istanbul Hub, like as an Istanbul Hub, we are really hard of the ecosystem right now. So Sabina, how do you think about that? Like, I know
Maybe I can
that,
comment.
yeah, I know that you have like many different thoughts over here. So, what excites you like about this city's potentials, as an innovation hub? What do you think about that?
Exactly. So maybe I can start with what Tenity is all about. So first of all, Tenity is
Yeah.
a VC. So we're investing in the fintech companies, doing that since 2015. But at the same time, we have very strong open innovation and corporate innovation muscle. So we're working with the corporates. We're not just investing in the startups, but also at the same time, we're trying to grow the startups and doing that with the help of the corporate companies. When we are bringing together the corporates with the corporate enterprises, with the startups,
Mhm.
and fostering innovation. And at Istanbul Hub, we play a very unique role, I guess, in that gateway for the startups and the corporate companies, connecting different kind of ecosystems, connecting European ecosystem, MENA region ecosystem, Turkish ecosystem, and we are focusing on what we are focusing on in our open innovation is accelerating growth. Of course, helping founders to grow, helping companies to grow is in our DNA. So for the startups, it means more mentorship, more market access, more access to global funding, access to global VCs, and definitely the biggest part of what we do and what we deliver eventually is collaboration. This collaboration between the,
Yeah.
I think like not many innovation companies or accelerators or funds they focus on this value proposition. But what we do, we create a platform for the startups to effectively integrate their solutions in the corporate enterprises, into the business models of the corporate enterprises. And for the startups who usually join our programs, typically they are already in the growing or in the scale up phase, let's say. So they should be in capacity to
Mhm.
work with these corporate enterprises. So that's why they should be sure that they can deliver the really solid results. And I think global access and the access to the VCs, the access to the new market, the access to the funding is in the is the crucial part of our of our model, let's say, of our
Mhm.
concept in general. So yeah, this
Yeah.
is it. Okay, Esengül. So maybe we can talk a little bit about this transition story because I
Mhm.
know that you were with the headquarters, which was before Tenity, that Tenity actually acquired. So you were with headquarters since you were a university student. Then you
Yeah.
joined headquarters, then you left headquarters, you built your own business, and then you came back when it was already Tenity. So
Mhm.
it is definitely like very noticeable transition period. So from your perspective, what changed so far? So like
Mhm.
from headquarters to
Mhm.
Tenity. So
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's really unique experience for me, by the way, like to start as headquarters to be a startup founder, exit that, and came back like as the director for the many different programs that we've built. And I can say that the process, I mean, yeah, we are doing it quite the same because like Tenity, they before we merged with Tenity, they were also running some extension programs as well. Like, I mean, just a small difference. They had the fund side because like it was also a spin out from like Swiss stock exchange. So that's why, like, I mean, like, we've never involved in the investment part before. But when I look at the programs, when I look at the processes, I can say that, yeah, many things are the same, but many things are also the different. Like when we look at the way of working, it's really different. Like especially when we look at the people over here, like it's a global company right now. We have many different hubs, and like the each hub, they have different capabilities, they have different culture itself because of the local local strengths and opportunities. So there was like a lot to learn in the beginning when I just came back. I mean, I was like kind of culture shocked.
I
But
absolutely agree with
then
you. I mean, like, yeah, the global, being global is something different. I mean, I think like
yeah.
the biggest benefit that headquarters has been this opportunity for being. I mean, we actually have been global since the beginning because, like, I'm a foreigner,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
like we initially had office
Yeah.
in London and Istanbul. So most of the programs that we were doing that period as well, so they were regional, either regional or global
Mm-hmm.
as well. So that's why global
Yeah.
was basically in the DNA of headquarters since the beginning. But
Yeah.
at the
It
same time, right
was.
now with the six hubs across the Europe
Yeah.
and Asia Pacific. So, like in Zurich, Istanbul, London, Tallinn, Madrid,
Mm-hmm.
and Singapore,
Yeah, we have
I
the real
think
people
it's
over there. Yeah. I
exactly it's
mean,
access to the more larger ecosystem, more larger startup
definitely.
ecosystem. So, an international
Definitely.
presence is the one of the major thing that enables
Mm-hmm.
us to engage with the diverse markets, like including the talents pool, including the startups pool, including the mentors pool, including the VCs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's the
Definitely. The
definitely broader vision right
mm-hmm.
now.
Reach
And
and influence definitely expanded here. Like, I mean, yeah,
yeah.
as headquarters, we had deep roots, like in the local ecosystem as well, and also in the like in many different regions. Like, we were already doing that. Like, we were already going to build some programs over there, bringing startups to different regions. I mean, we did that before, but with Tenity right now, we have like many teams like in different hubs that they can do it like also six more times. I mean, with us, so it's also
Exactly.
gives us the ease of doing that, ease of globalization right now. So with market access programs, with the acceleration programs, startups, they can join all those like innovation programs, and they can get these opportunities like as a startup as well. And when we look
And
at like both
yeah.
Turkish and foreign startups, I mean, there is really a good opportunity here for both of them. Like, I mean, for foreigners, they can come to Turkey and they can also use this like global international network to be present in Turkish market, to be present in MENA, and also for Turkish startups, they can join Tenity's network and they can go to like abroad. They can join other international programs as well. I mean, like right now the scope is much more wider in six more hubs. I can say that. I don't know, Sabina. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you've
maybe I can add
yeah.
maybe on the investment side. So plus
Mhm.
we're a fund right now, so that's why we're fintech. We're focusing on investing in the early stage startups as well. So this is the thing that we were not doing as headquarters as an institution before. So I think like right now many startups has access to funding as well. So
Yeah.
like which is very crucial in the life of every startup of every founder. And it's not only the like it definitely strengthened our value proposition in the startup community and ultimately reach and the access to the capital it provides that creates even greater impact with the
Mhm.
fintech ecosystem. So I think that first of all, definitely it's a global expansion, so it's a global vision and access to funding, so access to Tenity as a fund, but access to the more global
Yeah.
VCs all over Europe. So I think that this is the two major
Know-how
benefits.
as well. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, we were used to work with different corporates, different global institutions, but like each hub, they also have this know-how or way of working with the local companies, local network as well, like how to establish their businesses in there, like how to make POCs like over there. So I mean, it also gave us this unique ability as well, like to support startups over there. I think it's really good strength to help startups to build their presence in somewhere else, some other countries as well. Like we have this know-how, ease of globalization, I can say. So each startup and each corporate can benefit from that actually.
Absolutely. So maybe we can talk a little bit about achievements, about the success stories
Mhm.
as well. So you are in the core of the programs itself. So you
Yeah.
know what's going on in the life of the startups, you know what's going on in the life of the each founder. So maybe some of your perspective on the real success stories or what have been achieved so far.
Yeah, yeah, in the startup perspective, I'm really happy to mention all of that because like I think this is the part where I enjoyed the most because this is the part I see the real impact that we've created. So we've connected startups with funding opportunities, with partnerships, with mentorships. They joined like our acceleration programs, and I can say that through all these programs we can facilitate the connections and create really good success stories. Like for example, just in Visa Innovation Program Europe, in the last years we had more than 100 POCs overall, which means 100 stories of corporates that implemented an innovative solution, like and worked with innovative startups to have this solution in their structure, in their ecosystem. And that's only for one program right now. When we look at the other 20 more programs that we do, that we make each year, it's like it shows the impact what we do, what we create. So when we also look at the VC side, when we look at the VC connections, like for example, just last year within the Work Up program, McAfee from our Work Up startups, they've got an investment of 1.1 millions from 11 ventures. which they met in a session we organized for them. And they just proceed the connections after that session. So it also shows the impact and the stories that we are willing to do, we are willing to help, we are willing to support. So I can say that we have like many different stories like that. But I mean, to create that, it's really important that startup is also being present during the whole program, and that startup is also needed to focus all of this work, all of these introductions, all of these meetings, trainings, sessions. Like if McPhee, they were not there, I mean, they would never meet with 11 before. I mean, that was the first connection that we've facilitated actually. So that's why, I mean, to be in the right time, in the right place is really important for the startups as well. I mean, yeah, we create these stories, but startups, they also need to be willing to be in all these crucial places that we provide. Yeah, Sabina, I
Yeah.
also would like to ask your thoughts and insights in here as well, because like, I mean, it's like 9 years that you've started headquarters, merged Tenity, and right now like doing something like much bigger. I mean, how do you feel about that? How do you feel all of these achievements? Maybe you can guide us on the both startups and enterprise side, like about these achievements and the stories as well.
Exactly. So just to add what you already said, Esengül, maybe I can just mention one more success story.
Yeah.
You already mentioned about World Cup, and I just want to say that one of the startups from the last batch, for instance, if we're talking about collaboration and all
Mm-hmm.
these collaborative platforms, so just one startup like Zuzu from the previous batch, it was 12th batch, I guess. So they did only one startup did five different POCs with just
Yeah.
one company. So during the program, like 6 months
Yeah.
acceleration actually. So I think this is a great indicator. This is a very good success story for us as well, to show really, to indicate what does it mean for the startup to ask for what they want and to be in the right place in the right time with the right partner, definitely, and for the enterprises to come up together with the right startup as well. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a very good example. In my case, what I can say, like in general, about the hub as well, so is like like despite that we are investing only mostly in fintech startups, the program, the open innovation program that we do it sector agnostic. So we love different sectors.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of programs in fintech. We do a lot of programs in health tech, in sustainability. We even did oil and refinery tech last year, which is very complicated vertical as well. So in total, only as Istanbul, we have delivered more than 140 programs so far, with 1,000 of alumni startups all over the region. I mean, like they are coming with from MENA region, from Turkey, from Europe, from even Asia Pacific. So, and we're quite happy. We're proud that all of these startups raised more than 700,000 dollars so far. Some of them are closer to become a unicorn already. So this is really makes us happy. And what is really important for us is the real value of the program lies in the number of the proof of concept, in the number of these collaborations
Yeah.
between the corporates and the startup. Because as I said, we place it as a keystone in every program that we do. And definitely the funding, the thing that you already mentioned, like we are either investing by ourselves or we are matching the startups with the VCs to support their access to funding. So for like to support their success and support their growth eventually. So I think this is the biggest thing. And of course, touching the life of one founder, it might change your life and it might change the ecosystem as well. And it's great when we're talking about the impact of Tenity in general. We talked about the launchpad and we talked about the cross-border collaboration
Mm-hmm.
so much, Esengül, about MENA region, about Europe integration, and so on. So, from this cross-regional um, perspective, what do you think? What is the role of Tenity here? So, maybe a good
Yeah,
example that we
yeah.
already had,
Uh-huh.
or like, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, yeah. So for startups who are in MENA already, or who would like to be in Istanbul, like I can say that Istanbul offers like an affordable, dynamic environment to get access to European investors, clients, mentors, like European people over there. I mean, it's really a dynamic and agile platform right now to test a solution and see the results, because we are really like as the behavior as well, like it's really close to European side. And like when we look at the culture and strategic position, it really makes it ideal for a startup to start here. And like for the other opportunities as well, like right now in Turkey we have a really good young population, but when we look at the numbers, I can say that like over 15 million a young population. We have talented and skilled people right now, which startups can benefit from that as well, because like for the startups, one of the pain points is that to build a really good team, and to do that, to grow effectively, to build that strong team, Istanbul offers like a really unique opportunity as well. Like startups can come here, build their own entities, their own offices, and maybe also like build a team of young and skilled people. So that's also makes it really really important, really good as well. And when we look at the Istanbul ecosystem as well, it also combines a good stronger network, and even logistically, like it's really easy to go to Dubai or to go to like any city in MENA from Istanbul for when needed, like for any meeting, for any fair or anything really important. So it's really a good launch pad for startups aiming to bridge between MENA and European market. But yeah, when I look at the startups that already built their businesses in MENA, I can say that they used these opportunities to be in Istanbul, like, because it's really easy for them. It was always easy for them to go to in some of the MENA countries, MENA cities to build their to establish their companies over there. How do you think about that, Sabina? Like, I know that you have a really strong network here also, in Istanbul, in Europe, in MENA as well. Like, you brought all of these connections, like, and you make all these connections between the startups, enterprises, also mentors, investors. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, being a launchpad for MENA.
Yeah, for me, what really excites me about Istanbul Hub at Tenity is like, first of all, being location, definitely like
Mm-hmm.
Istanbul, because like Istanbul and particularly like in Turkey in general. So right now it's one of the leading entrepreneurship ecosystem, like following in the
Yeah.
region, following Saudi Arabia, maybe Emirates, right? But in general, it's very growing and very dynamic, as you said, very vibrant. At
Mm-hmm.
the same time, global vision. This is what fascinates me for the recent years. Because before, while setting the company, like and focusing on the customers, like if 50 or 80 million, like a total Turkish population, like was enough before as a number of users.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, everybody, yes, maybe they're starting from Turkey, maybe they're creating, setting their teams in Turkey, but at the same time, they have global vision. They are expanding to
Yeah.
Estonia, they're expanding to London, they're expanding to Emirates, building companies in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia. And this global vision is actually shows how the entrepreneurship format is being evolved right
Mm-hmm.
now. So right now,
Yeah.
people are setting companies with global vision, with the focusing, with the addressing on the global customer. So this is very important, I guess. The second point, from my perspective, is the leading industry perspective and the leading industry in terms of like Turkey has always been one of the leading industrial countries, like different kind of sectors, including banking, telco, manufacture, chemical industry, textile industry, have always been in the front, definitely. So that's why even right now, if we're talking about adaptation of innovation, adopting of new technologies into the corporate companies. So definitely, banks are like the flagships of this sector, definitely. So telcos are leading as well. So at the same time, there is a lot of different other playgrounds in terms of the sectors, how Turkey can absorb these technologies, how they can export these technologies to some other countries. And when it comes to cross-regional collaboration right now, I think that this is a plus, this is a benefit as well, because especially for MENA region, if we're talking about sustainability, if we're talking about fintech, right now, Saudi Arabia, Emirates is like one of the leaders in terms of the adaptation of
Mm-hmm.
the sustainability solutions about on the fintech solutions. And so that's why these all definitely plays crucial role in for the founders to select their market, where to access, where to expand their solutions. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, the corporates, they also play the
Yeah.
crucial role for that. So maybe we can talk a little bit about corporates. How do you think?
Yeah,
Because
I
like,
actually would like to ask you about that. Like,
okay.
what do you think about like the benefits for the enterprises, like if they collaborate with us or like if they be within like a part of our programs, like how do you think about that? That's what's your thoughts on that?
So definitely all the open innovation programs that we do, so they are backed either by the corporate partners or by the some organizations. So we are building, we're designing our programs um, based on the requirements, based on the challenges that the corporate partners have. So that's why maybe I can talk more about the challenges that the corporates have while working with the startups as well. So, at least what I see. And the biggest challenge that the corporates face while working with the startups is the access to the rather the right startups than the best
Mm-hmm.
startups. So because usually, definitely, yeah, we were talking about like startup is always a risk. You know, like working with a startup is always a high risk. So for the corporate companies, definitely. So that's why if we're talking about the corporates engaging with the startups, so definitely they would love to come together with the best startups, but it's not always the right solution because it's better to talk about the real value, the startups who can add the
Mm-hmm.
real value for the corporate company. So that's why we don't just scout the best startup, but rather the right startup who strategically
Yeah.
suit the challenges, the problems that the corporate companies or like they have, or the requirement that the enterprises already have. So I think this is number one
Yeah.
challenge. Another one is the high risk of failure. So the fear of failure actually while talking about the
Mm-hmm.
collaboration with the corporate companies. So engaging with the startups. So and that's why we have designed a very solid proof of concept methodology to minimize this risk and to ensure that the startups are well prepared with all the tools that they need in order equipped for this collaboration to be run smoothly. So this readiness is very crucial. So being the focus on the startups on delivering the really solid results for the corporate companies is very important. And the third thing that is coming out from the second thing is actually, while we deliver the good results or the solid results, the tangible results, so how can we measure them? Because in some cases, what I see on my side is like many enterprises, they struggle with aligning the
Mm-hmm.
clear agenda, the clear innovation agenda, with the real outcomes of these collaborations. So that's why collaborating with the startups, with the right startups, it's a very good thing. But at the same time, we teach them,
Yeah.
or we are working together on how to measure all these outcomes and how to measure these partnerships. And I think that's the one of the major thing as well. So from my perspective, we have these three major things. Like number one is
Mm-hmm.
like accessing uh, right startups rather than the best ones. The second one
Yeah.
is the risk of failure and the proof of
Mm.
concept. It's very solid proof of concept focus. And number three is the measuring the outcomes of this
Mhm.
partnership. So I think this is the thing that is in the core business of this collaborative platform.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean,
Uh,
you've already made good points like for the Tenity side. I mean, for your side as well. But what I can add to you is that I can say that we brought enterprises, we bring enterprises this early stage innovation, the chance for them to meet with that early stage and innovation and test those solutions, especially for their needs, needs, and reduce time for markets for the new ideas. Like these connections we've facilitated, it allows enterprises to explore emerging technologies and also a new business model without the extended timelines, like without the bureaucratical processes within the companies. I mean, they may easily meet with the startups, understand like how they can integrate the solution inside and work together. Like by collaborating with high potential startups, companies also can reduce their time, their like efforts, their money on many different areas actually. Additionally, we provide, yeah, as you mentioned, we provide a really good structured support here, like for the proof of concept frameworks. I mean, we also train the enterprises as well, like how to approach startups, what questions needs to be asked. I mean, how they can know each other. I mean, how should they approach, like even in the first meetings. I mean, it's really important to understand all those scope. What I can say to enterprises, I mean, we're always open for you to join all our events. I mean, you can come to our demo days, corporate days, like to community events, to meet with the startups, like one-on-one, like physically, even like as online or physically in many of our events. I mean, please join us, like please see and meet with the startups. I mean, you will see like how the perspective of them, how will give you the idea actually to build something, to do something. I mean, sometimes it may not, by the way, I mean, sometimes it may not be the right time, but I mean, it's always important to be out there and to at least talk with them and understand how and like what you can do with them. So I mean, if you're a corporate, even a VC, a mentor, like I mean, we are always open for you to be in our network, to be in our programs,
the corporate
in
days that we
anywhere.
have,
Like yeah,
especially that are specially designed for the corporate companies to
yes,
be fit in the specific value proposition of specific programs, when we're
hmm,
a kind of matchmaking platform between the corporates in specific
yeah,
vertical with the startups in specific verticals, like
hmm,
very into the point, very short brief, and
Yes,
directly
definitely.
solve
I
the problem.
mean, we are not expecting you to come and make POCs, of course, during the
And
meetings.
that
I mean,
would be the
just
very good, yeah.
yeah, just come and meet and listen. Like, I mean, you will have the opportunity and ability actually to look at differently when you just join this
Strengthen
ecosystem.
the
So
muscle. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
definitely, definitely. So I
absolutely.
mean, yeah, it was all on my side, Sabina. I don't know if you
So
would
maybe we
like
can
to.
just maybe we just can conclude and say a little bit. I mean, like, yeah, for me, I mean, thank you very much for joining. I'm still very much excited to see how Istanbul is continuing to continue bridging this MENA region and Europe and Turkey as well as a separate but very
Mhm.
strong ecosystem as well, creating new opportunities, new growth opportunities for the
Yeah.
startups and the corporate enterprises as well. So all the programs that we do, as you already mentioned, they're open for the startups. Please come get more information,
Yes.
apply for the programs if you are interested. For the corporate enterprises, for the partners as well, you ask questions. If you
Mhm.
want to come up with the startups, if you are interested to collaborate, to deliver really solid results, to achieve real results, I
Yeah.
think that that's the best way to partner with Tenity as a strong innovation partner alongside this journey. Um, so I think
Yeah.
that's the best thing that we can propose. And yeah, we were
Yeah.
happy to have you here on this first
Thanks for
episode of our
listening.
podcast. Stay tuned. We will be happy to share our
Yeah.
ideas, our perspectives for other topics as well. We're doing a lot of different things as well, a lot of different like verticals, exploring different concepts as well. But everything that's around open innovation, everything that is around fintech, everything that is around entrepreneurship ecosystem, about funding, so we will be happy to share our insights in the future as well. So stay tuned and
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. It
Thank
was
you,
Sabina and Esengül from Istanbul Hub
Esengül.
Director this time.
Thanks, everyone.